and guide his motorcycle back.
Yeah, well, all Lauren and I had a motorcycle brought back out of Normandy when Buck Compton was in charge of the company at the time, and he said it was all right to take it back. I don't think any other officer would have let us do that, but Buck didn't care. And Alton and I got it back to Auburn all right. We'd use it occasionally to go down to the south coast dance halls they had down the south coast of England. And although he wasn't a dancer, neither was I, but we could drink some beer and ride the motorcycle around. And for some strange reason, we never got stopped. The Sobel knew we had it, and although he did not come to me directly, he sent an aide telling me that he knew that we had this illegal vehicle, and that if we ever went to combat again, that he's going to take the vehicle, but he wouldn't come over to the company and do it until we had gone into combat. So I suppose he ended up with it. I don't know whatever happened to it, but Alton and I had a lot of fun for a while.
First of all, there's no way that anybody in this room can express enough gratitude for the sacrifice you made over there. And my question is, when you were over there, what's the neatest or the best souvenir you got in Germany or at the Eagle's Nest?
My best souvenir? There was quite a few. I got a few German pistols, and I got rid of them because I needed some money. And at the end of the war, I went through somebody's officer's barracks there, and I opened their drawers up there, and I found two big swastika flags. It must have been about 25 feet long and about 3 feet wide. I said, holy mackerel. I said, what am I going to do with these things? And so I took them both and went outside there, and first thing I seen my buddy, Ed Sable. He was from Utica, Illinois, about 12 miles from LaSalle where I live. I said, Ed, how would you like to have a swastika flag? He looked at me, he said, what the heck am I going to do with that? And he said, well, let me see it anyway. And he kind of liked it. I said, here, take it. That was my first mistake. So we went our ways, and we come back to our barracks there in Heffron, Austria. And we had these new recruits coming in, and so it was a second lieutenant. He just came over, and he came up to me, he said, soldier, have you got any souvenirs? I said, yeah, I had some, but they're gone now. And I said, oh, by the way, I do have a swastika flag. He said, could I see it? I said, sure. So I went back to my quarters and I got my flag. And I thought he was going to go crazy when he seen it. I said, are you interested? He said, am I? I said, how much you want for it? I said, well, I don't know. I said, this was back in 1945. I said, so I thought for a while, and I didn't have no idea. So I said, $100. He couldn't grab it fast enough. He took it right away. And then it dawned on me, why'd I give the other flag away? But that's the way it goes. So that was the end of my souvenirs, though. But I never thought the flag would pay $100, and I know I wouldn't have paid for it, but I guess when you're desperate, you'd pay anything for it. So that's my story. Thank you.
best souvenir that I have, I didn't acquire it, but my best friend at the time, Don Moon, did. And he got a Luger and a dress bayonet out of the Eagle's Nest. And later in life, when I was in Florida visiting him, he gave me, before I left to come back home, he gave me the bayonet, and then when he passed away, his wife sent me a fancy ladies' hat box. She was a model. She's still on Blue Bonnet margarine, if you buy that. And so I opened the hat box, and here sits the Luger that he gave me when he passed away. They both sit in a Wells Fargo savings deposit thing. I don't know what I'll ever do with them, but they came out of the Eagle's Nest and were part of Hitler's loot. I had a lot of other Lugers, 4 or 5 other pistols that I gave my son, but nothing unusual about them as far as that goes. But the 2 best things I had were given to me by Don Moon. He's the guy that took the picture that's all over the place here of me. It's a picture of the best looking paratrooper in the American Army. You know what that is.
And he really believes it.